Hey friends, thank you so much for inviting me into your group this week. My name is Jeremy McAllister. I'm the group's director here at Sandals Church, and I want to tell you, I felt a little ambushed in this week's message, if I'm totally honest. What I mean by that is, I was like rolling along just fine. Pastor Matt was preaching, and I was like, yeah. And then he hit this line where it was like out of left field, blindside for me, and he says that I must accept that discomfort and suffering is my path to spiritual growth. And let me tell you, it was harsh, it was convicting, it was hard for me, but you know what? It was also true. It was hard because over the last 6 to 9 months, I've gone through some really legitimate suffering. I've walked people through suffering. I've been a part of it myself, and there's things in my life that God is shaking, poking, and messing with. And I'll tell you, as I stopped and looked back at that, I saw the truth of this point, which is that I have grown. I have become so much stronger, so much better, but it was at the cost of discomfort and suffering. And that's part of why this week, as we jump into the questions together, there's kind of this theme where we're gonna look a lot at victories. You know, a lot of us can look at our lives and kind of ignore our victories or dwell on the things that are negative, that are harmful, that are hurtful. And we don't wanna do that. We wanna take this week that even if you're not where you want to be in life, we want you to stop, turn around, and look at how far you've come over the last 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. We want you to call out those milestones and share deeply with those in your group, not only about where you are now, but where you were, messy or not. And so with that, I want to close out with one of my favorite tips and tricks. It actually comes out of one of my favorite parts of the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus' giant sermons, another way to look at it. And there's a section in here where Jesus says to love your enemies. And we've heard a lot of that over the years at different points, but there's one part of it that I think is so unique and applies so uniquely to your community group and mine that I wanted to draw your attention to. See, Jesus is saying, hey, love your enemies. But at one point he says, what good is it if you love only those who love you? What reward is there for that? Even the Gentiles, or another translation will say corrupt tax collectors, do that much. And as you think about it, there's kind of a very American way to love people, a very regular way that, oh, someone's sick, you bring them some food, you miss somebody, you call them back, well, whatever the things are, there's a very regular way to do it. But I think Jesus never called us to be regular in our communities. He called us to extraordinary love. And as you think about your group this week, I want you to think about how you can pick one person in group and show them extraordinary love. Maybe it's remembering a thing they said and getting them a gift. Maybe it's bringing them something unique that they wouldn't expect. Maybe it's just calling them or texting them out of the blue and telling them some words of affirmation. Here's what I love about you. Here's why I'm so thankful you're in my life. Maybe it's writing a note. Whatever it is, I pray that this week you would pick someone in your group and show them extraordinary love, because we are more than just Christians or Americans. We are Jesus followers, and he calls us to something special. And I hope that something special is truly a part of your group this week. Have fun with the discussion, friends.